It is a great satisfaction to greet you, and I hope you find yourself well. In today's video we will talk about the following. Can he come back if he lost feelings for you? Today I want to answer a big question. Can someone who lost their feelings come back? It is possible for someone with lost feelings to return after a breakup. However, the likelihood of that happening will depend entirely on how you handle the breakup, how close you were in the relationship, and the reasons behind the breakup. This is obviously a very complicated subject, so I want to approach it in many different ways. Let's start. 1. Is it normal to lose feelings in a relationship? Yes, it is normal for feelings to fluctuate in a relationship. Love and relationships are dynamic, not static. It's common for people to go through periods where they feel less connected to or less in love with their partner. This can be due to many factors such as stress, changes in life circumstances, or the natural progression of a relationship from the honeymoon phase to a more stable and long-lasting love. It's really that factor of the honeymoon period that I want to dwell on. This is what neurochemicals are doing at the beginning of a relationship. Keep in mind that dopamine is high. Norepinephrine is high. Serotonin is high. Oxytocin is elevated. This is particularly relevant because when all of these chemicals are trapped in this elevated state, the honeymoon period is in effect. That magical moment when you're in the clouds and your ex can't be wrong. But something interesting happens in the course of a relationship. Everything that goes up has to go down. If your ex has convinced himself that he feels a lot of love during the honeymoon period, he may feel that he loves you when those chemicals start to stabilize. The key to keep in mind here is that you usually end a relationship just as those chemicals start to wear off. Now, this doesn't necessarily happen with all exes. As I said at the beginning, there are many reasons why people fall out of love. 2. What are the main signs that your ex who's lost feelings will come back? Let's move on to the main signs that your ex who has lost feelings may return to you. Now ultimately there are 3 main things I think you need to pay attention to. Find an excuse to hang out together. Directly display your posts on social media. Brings up the relationship a lot. Sign number 1, find an excuse to hang out together. Alright, so the first sign is, he found an excuse to hang out. Going to a get-together or something that isn't considered very romantic but can be construed as decent time together is the way to go. Your ex finds excuses to hang out in the simplest way. Sign number 2, directly display your social media posts. The next big sign is that it directly displays your posts on social media. One of the great things I always recommend doing after a breakup is to get into the habit of posting on social media to spark your ex's instincts. Now, this doesn't mean that your ex will do it from 0 to 60 times if he has never posted on social media before, but what it does mean is that little by little he starts to increase the frequency with which he posts and also the quality of the posts. Things you're posting. Usually someone who breaks up with you because he says he doesn't love you anymore often believes that you are the problem and that moving on to someone else will be the cure for that problem. But, when he really is left alone, maybe that's what he wants at first, he may find that it's not as easy as he thinks. Realizing this can become particularly depressing. Sign number 3, your ex brings up the relationship a lot. One of the things I always say, especially when you get together with your ex, is to try to avoid really emotional conversations about the breakup itself. It's okay to add small talk about the relationship or fond memories of the relationship, but generally speaking, don't bring up super negative thoughts about the breakup itself. We found that most of the people we help have anxious attachment styles, making us more prone to more codependent tendencies. Many times, with codependents, their entire identity is wrapped up with their ex, and our job is to make you happy with your circumstances without your ex. And usually when you do that, it makes you a more attractive person not only to your ex, but to other potential suitors as well. And I think that's the key, no matter how you look at it. It's what most people neglect because it's not sexy to talk about. It is a pleasure to help you. If the video is useful for you, please give us a like. Share the video, subscribe and comment. Find more important information in the link below here. Thank you.